Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Be your host, Parallax. Today, I was supposed to be making the videos for the Outer Worlds, but today is also the day that Satisfactory version 6, right? Yeah, version 6 experimental dropped. So we're going to load into that, and we're going to see if it has messed with our build. I don't think it is. I think the two areas, the Spire Coast and the Great Swamp, I think that we're clear of those areas. So I think everything is going to be just fine with us. And yes, I did walk back. We were on that expedition in the north, and I just walked us back here and then saved. I feel like there's different outlines. See how that's red? But I did walk us back. I feel like the graphics aren't quite as nice as they used to be, but this is the experimental mode, so I wonder if they by default bring the graphics level down, or maybe I just need to give my computer a moment to load in all the textures. One of the things that I really wanted to investigate was, and here it is, there are new research options. So a stinger will give us alien protein. A hatcher research, bioorganic properties. Interesting. Okay. And then we have something down here that we haven't unlocked yet. Here we have stun rebar. Oh, there's a new thing there. You see it? Oh, maybe that's just what the rebar magazine looks like now. Okay, neat. Bullet guidance system for homing rifle ammo. We need 500 bullets to make this work. And then the programmable splitter, we can do that now actually. We hadn't got that done. That was in the old version. I think we kept doing too many hard drives. But anyway. And then here, ooh, what is that? Toxic cellular modification. Cool. Oh, another inhaler that uses the alien protein we saw earlier. Synthetic polyester fabric. We actually just, I think, unlocked that. We actually, I think, just unlocked how to produce that. +1 equipment slot for the hand. That's really good. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. We unlocked a recipe to actually make fabric using industrial means and not having to forage it. Quartz shatter rebar. That's pretty cool. Explosive resonance application. Lovely. And then what's over here? Experimental power generator. And then something we can't see. Smokeless powder. That's pretty cool. Like that. Oh, there's two things over here we can't see. And then there's 4 things over here we can't see for sulfur. Cool. Cool. I did have 100 powder in that box there, but I think I used it all up to make bullets. Yeah, we had to fly down to, oh, look in the top left-hand corner, it says experimental build. I like that. But there you go, yeah. Let's go ahead and get a hard drive going. We have them in our pocket, might as well. And I don't really know. Oh, you know what? Let's open this up. Oh, look at that. We have a head slot, we have a body slot, we have a back slot and legs. So now I can wear my legs and my back at the same time. What about the gas mask? Now, is that going to be using the filter? I hope that doesn't use the filter while I'm, no, he says, while I'm walking around. I hope the filter just turns on automatically, and then I just have the filters here in my pocket that just pop in there. That'd be super nice. And then the guns, this gun now holds 15 instead of 10. Cool. That's actually a much needed improvement. Like that a lot. And then if you look on the bottom left hand corner, when we wheel through our stuff, it shows us what we're wheeling toward, right? So there's the gun, there's the, I don't know what you call it, the power line grabber, the thing that's supposed to let us, whatever that is. And then there is the blow up stuff, our inhaler, and then some nuts. Cool. That is fantastic. Well, that's wonderful. This is what I would refer to as a quality of life a quality of life upgrade, and not like a content. I know that there are more recipes. I know that there's more stuff we can go look at. Like I know there is, but this is also a quality of life upgrade. So pretty good stuff. Oh, look at that. There's a new there's a new whatever you call it. Excuse me, on the crosshair there. Lovely. By the way, I did look up, and we are going to have to make batteries. There's a one of these things over here requires batteries. So before, when I said, oh, we don't need to make batteries because all they're going to be used for is to move around the drone, so we can just ignore those. We cannot. we need those. Let's see. You know, I don't really see anything in the manufacturer that's new. Let's go down to, here's a constructor. We can look over here right quick. I don't see anything over here except for the protein. And then the iron rebar. Interesting. Okay, and then the last one is going to be the two-step one. Let's go find one of the two-step ones. Constructor, assembler, what is this thing called? This is the assembler, so the other thing was like a manufacturer. Heat sink. The rifle ammo, yeah, I'm going to set up one of the... Oh, they changed the gun... oh, that's smokeless powder. Interesting. Okay, so you need smokeless powder, not just gunpowder, to make rifle ammunition. So there's an intermediary step. That's cool. It's cool, but I don't see any new. I didn't see any new recipes in there. I wonder if I'm gonna have to go back to the. I'm gonna have to go back and come over here right quick, and I want to grab some of those and some of those because there was a research thing that needed those. I can't do the research now, obviously I'm doing a hard drive, but just have those in my pocket for when the research pops open over here. But I wonder if there's another thing in the milestone. Ah, see, told you, start making a video and everybody gotta start talking to me. Story of my life. Oh, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire is on sale for $10. That's not a bad game. Nope. Doesn't look like they added anything to that. But we do need to pick one of these though. Who do we think would be the easiest? I believe it would be this, and it gives us the Mark III miner. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. We need 1,000 tubes, 100 supercomputers, and 50 of those. Wow. The supercomputers in a tube shouldn't be that hard to do, but definitely whatever those things are. They're gonna be. Oh, you have to make those in the blender. That's right. I always forget that there's one more thing that actually produces that holds recipes in this game, and it's the blender. I've never used one of these before. I actually kind of don't want to. Encased uranium, cooling systems, which we have an alternative no, we don't have an alt recipe for that. We have an alt recipe for the heat sink. So we will be using that here. And then the fused modular frame. The fused modular frame, it's not going to be that big a deal. Because we, on that little expedition, we found that just like right over there somewhere is some of that bauxite stuff. Where is it? This stuff? It's just right down the road. Like I really kind of hate that we ran all the way down. See, it's just right there. Right there and right there. It's around us. I really do hate that we ran all the way down the coast and we built that huge train system, and we built like a whole nother base down there to mine what I thought was a precious resource that wasn't going to be in this area. But there we are. Anywho, let's just kind of look around here. I know what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be that thing right there, the automated wire things. Like I'm going to be redoing that layout over there to make more of those. And the reason why I'm going to make more of those is because the backpack thing, the 4,000, whatever that is, we can start making those. We have everything that we need. It needs, I think, like an AI limiter. Let's go see what it was. think it's made in this thing here. Yeah. No, it's supercomputers. It needs a supercomputer and it needs the whatever these things are called. No, not that. Um, these things, the adaptive control units, right? So if we can get more of those spools, more of those little cable things coming down here, then these two will start working, you know, more quickly, and then they'll pump out more of these things, and we're all uh-oh. I'm scared now every time it auto saves that we're gonna lose it. But we're making a ton of supercomputers. Like we're not hurting for supercomputers at all. So we're going to go ahead and work that out over there so we can get more of those spools, whatever they into the thing down there, and then they're going to make more of the adaptive control units, and then the adaptive control units and the supercomputers are going to join together and make the first phase for whatever those things, whatever you want to call them. We're gonna start making them, and we're probably going to make them. We're going to make them out here. We'll probably extend this out and we'll make them out here somewhere. But before we do that, we have to go all the way back over there and we have to increase production of those little dinky things, whatever they're called, the spools. Go increase production of the spools. And that's down here. I think all you guys should be empty except for, no, you have tons and tons of things inside of you. Yeah. Okay, you're done. That's one less thing to worry about. I don't even know where you go or what you were taking with you, but there we go. Lovely. Then, yep. This actually is not going to be that bad because we need 1,000 of these right now to do that over there. So this is not that bad. But what I would like to do is I'm gonna rip that up. Oh yeah, it needs cable too. So I really don't like how the cable is coming over here because the cable is coming off the production line over here, and I really don't like that. What I would much rather prefer to see is the cable going. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on so you can see. So that was hooked into like this mediocre production line, and then that mediocre production line is going up, and eventually, wow, I just deleted that whole thing, didn't I? Wow, that was a huge. Yeah, it goes in through right there, doesn't it? We're gonna rip all that up. And we're gonna rip that up, and oh, it actually shows you like it. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Look at the crosshair. When you turn to that, it shows you that the crosshair turns to the little braking symbol. But I don't like that the cable. Number one, I just don't like. I don't like where these things are located. I don't like that it comes in like that, and I think that just looks ugly. So we're gonna fix all of that. We're gonna make it look better. I'm gonna rip you up. Actually, you're not doing anything now, and I don't believe that you're gonna hook in that way when we're done here. So. Yay! Research is complete. Okay, now that was going up there, I believe, to that thing, right? So it would only make sense to put in the production of those things right here, right? I mean, it would only make sense to put like 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we fit those in? Let's just look. It's an assembler, and we're probably going to want 6 of them. So can I fit in 6? Just one thing just comes out, and that one thing could just go up. So one, it can go up via like a belt, like one of the little. If you look at number 5 on my hotbar, those things that could, the lifting conveyor belt. Maybe we'll do some numbers here. You make 2.5 a minute. That's fine. That's 10 a minute. That shouldn't be bad. That shouldn't be bad. Okay, that's 10 a minute for those 4. So long as they have everything they need. And they need is those things there. But I really, really don't like how they wrap around like that. And wrap that up, that up, that up. Get rid of that. I would much rather see them, the other stuff laying on the ground over there. I'd much rather see them just come out. So let's go to logistics. Let's go to a splitter. Let's put the splitter in right there. 5. Bring them up. Uh-oh. Right out. I seem to always be able to build stuff in the way of my my boom tubes. Go all the way up. Ooh, I don't think I need to go up. No, I didn't need to go that far up. It's gonna be okay, but I didn't need to go that far up. Yep. So let's do. Yeah, that should be fine. 1, 2, 2. Oh. All right. So I don't like how high up I made that, but it'll have to do for right now. I can go off in that direction. And then I need to bring the cable. And now what I was saying earlier about the cable is I really don't like that I was peeling off cable from very early in the process. I want to peel off that cable from when there's a ton of cable being brought in. Kind of off of, like, it's supposed to be off a main bus, and the main bus is supposed to look good, but okay, so here we go. Insulated crystal oscillator. The standard recipe is 36 of those, 28 of those, and 5 of those. I'm not going to mess with that because we already have that set up and everything looks fine. I don't think it's a big deal. This one we've passed on before. This one here is supposed to be 25 screws and 5 rods. I guess I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up, even though I really kind of don't want that one. And where was the research we could do? We need 10 of those. Need 500 of those. I didn't really need to set up a system to do that work without me physically having to be there. Oh, there was one of these I thought we could do. If I had the rotors in my hand. I guess it was this one because that takes 100. I just need 25 sulfur, but that sulfur is at the other base. I don't know if I brought any sulfur up here ever. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So let me go ahead and just put that up and put that up. Don't think I'm going to need it. But what I will do is I'll do the last hard drive. I'll give us a little bit more space. And now I want to come down here and grab the cable. Because all that cable is being shipped down here. Where is it? There it is. See, all that cable is being shipped down here. There's a lot of it. And there's more cable that gets right here off of this line. Off of this line would be fantastic. In fact, I might just go all the way here to where it ends and see if there is a way to peel it off the very end of the line. And there is, right there at the very end. So I will I'll peel it off from here, and I'll try to figure out a way that I can send it just down that way. And it kind of stinks because it starts from down that way and it's going to go right back down that way, but that's them the breaks, as they say. I have a friend of mine at work who very, very, very wise, very intelligent young man, and he was talking about his favorite sayings, and he said that the Italians have a saying called "You're breaking my box," and I thought that was pretty funny. So I don't know if you're mad that if you're mad that I've sent all these cables down that side of the base, and now I'm going to bring them all the way back up. Sorry that I'm breaking your box. Just got to get done. Which way do you want to do it? Whatever looks good, right? So 2 up. Actually, I'll bring you down. There we go. No reason to keep pulling that up every time. Oh, okay. I do feel that the experimental build is more stable. Like, I guess maybe them, and I don't know if they do bring down the graphics setting, but whatever they're doing, I kind of feel like it's more stable. And then that's where we want to go, right over there. So, can you make it all the way over there? Ah, just barely can't do it. What about this foundation? Can it be extended, or is it going to go start cutting through stuff? No, it can. Lovely. That goes over that. Let's try to make it look a little. You know what's really weird? Like when you zone out. Yesterday I was waiting for the time for it to click over so I can go pick up my daughter from. Oh, it goes right through that. That's fine. It's not great, but that's fine. I was just waiting for the time to go pick up my daughter from daycare, so I was looking at different things to watch. Ooh. Oh, they can come off the back. I really like that I figured that out, how you can just bring these things off the back instead of having to bring them off the front. So cool. But anyway, so I was watching this television program, and I don't know, I guess it got stuck on the history, like history videos when I was watching YouTube, and I didn't really think anything of it. So I left here, and I went and I picked up my daughter, came back home, and, you know, hung out with her and did whatever. I got done with that evening, and I was starting to watch more YouTube, but it was stuck on a cycle. You know how YouTube will, like, if you watch one thing and it'll be like, oh, this guy really does want to know more about, like, turtles, so it shows you a bunch of things about turtles. Well, I guess I was watching things about Napoleon's marshals, and it got stuck on this. And I don't know how it happened, but I got stuck watching the entire history of every single one of Napoleon's, like, best marshals. And I don't know, man. I got stuck watching it. It was 3 hours. It was like 2 in the morning when I finally realized what was happening. And I was just like, I gotta go to sleep. And why am I watching about like all these different marshals that Napoleon had? And it kind of broke my heart because, like, of course, the good marshals were the ones that could do work without having to be directed by Napoleon. Like there were some great marshals. But it was Napoleon's like telling him, like, hey man, I need you to attack this berm, and they'd be like, okay, got it. I'm gonna go right down the middle and just beat them up. And Napoleon would be like, or maybe you can go off to the side. And they were like, oh, that's a great idea. So I mean, they were great leaders, and they were great. You know, once they were told how to do something, like, they could come up with some great plans kind of on their own. But anyway, like most of his generals were like that, but only like a handful of them could operate independently, and Napoleon knew that. Like, Napoleon knew that only a handful of them actually could do, like, serious work. So it was kind of neat watching the program, and when you'd hear, like, oh, Marshal Ney called Napoleon like a braggart, and that he wasn't fit for office, like, you kind of immediately knew, like, okay, that was one of the marshals that, like, could like win a battle on his own and didn't have to specifically be directed by Napoleon to win a battle, like he was a good marshal by himself. And then if you read it was like, oh, so and so agreed that Napoleon could invade Spain, Russia, Italy, and Great Britain at the same time, you're like, that guy has no idea what he's talking about. Like, he's one of the bad ones. He definitely needs to be babysat. And it turns out, well before Waterloo, Napoleon I think it was Spain. I think Spain really screwed up Napoleon. The Spanish invasion was just muy bad for the empire. All right, there we go. We have 4 of those. They're making 2.5 a minute, so that's about 10. Um, that's 10 of those things, 10 spools a minute. Let's go look and see what our intake is over there. Let's see how many of these things want. I really should have done that from the beginning. I really should have just ran over there right quick before I did anything and tried to find out what they wanted. Like what would make them run at 100% efficiency. Oop. So nice. Is it you? It is you. You need 7.5 per minute, and you need 7.5 per minute. So that's 15. So they need 15 a minute. So that's going to be 6. And that's what I said earlier when I first started. I said I should make 6. So there should be 6 of these things. Now, the cool thing is I can rip up those 2 things right there because we just don't need them right now. So I'm going to go ahead and rip that up. And I'm going to go ahead and rip that up. That can go away, and that can go away. We're going to be needing those things. Oh, nope, didn't want to do the floor. Sure didn't. Let's see if I can go put that back. Okay, perfect. I'm going to open up my video and hit sort. And where are those things at? There. Goodbye. 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 Be design. All right. I'm gonna need to put 2 more of those down. So production. Oh, you can hear the air conditioner, can't you? All right, hold on. Let me go over there and turn that off. Oh, just turned off on its own. Nice. Guess it had been running for a while. I do apologize if that was running for like 5 minutes and it was very annoying. I was kind of looking at my subscriber numbers, and I was kind of asking myself like when do you think, like, because I've never seen a YouTuber with like 400 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen a YouTuber with 634. I either see them at like 80 or like 135 or 15,000. You know, like either they have very little or they have a lot. I've never seen intermediate YouTubers. Now, I've not really looked. You know, I haven't really like 100% delved into it and looked. But most of the time, I feel like you're either small or you're some. Oh no, we're actually having a cable issue. Look at that. We actually aren't getting enough cables fast enough. Oh no. I specifically pulled off the in that line. There's just so many cables. I thought we'd be good here. Well, it doesn't really look like anything to you, but to me, my recording just stopped. Like my OBS just completely just stopped. So yeah, let's look at what the deal here is. Let's look at what the deal here is. This right here looks pretty healthy. You know what? Would help. What's going on down there, huh? That right there is 7. Yeah. Maybe that's gonna help. Maybe there was just the cables are here. There just wasn't moving quick enough to kind of facilitate it. And I know I pulled it off the very, very, very end, so I know that this is the absolute back end of the cable management system. I get that. I might See, that right there is not stuttering anymore, right? Like it's moving at a constant pace. So I think that's as good as it's going to get. Oh, oh, oh. I really need, oh, and by the way, um, our last hard drive came up. So let's go over there and grab it. Like I said, my OBS just turned off. Like it just 100% just stopped working. No error, just turned off. All right. Ooh. So I don't think that's in, I don't think that's something I want. What is this? Heavy oil residue. Heavy oil residue. I already have heavy oil residue. Crude oil is refined into all kinds of oil-based resources like fuel and plastic. The standard recipe is you get plastic, 2 plastic and 1 heavy oil residue. I have an alternative recipe that does rubber and heavy oil residue. The second alternative recipe is a barrel. Okay. So this one would take crude. I would get 4 of this out, and I would get 2 polymer resin. I don't know if I can make polymer resin right now. That might be the first time I actually can see polymer resin being made. Oh no, standard recipe. You take crude and you get something. What is that? It's not heavy oil residue, it's fuel. A byproduct of oil refinement into fuel commonly used to manufacture plastics. Okay. That's the standard recipe that we have. Interesting. Do I have another recipe that lets me make plastic? I don't know. Okay. Right now it's 2 of those and 4 of those for 1. And I get 7.5 a minute. How many of these do I get? I get 8 points. So that's 30 quick wire and plastic. 30 quick wire and 10 plastic. So that's 6 more plastic. And then instead of copper, quick wire. But I get 7 of them instead of just 1. But really it's only 8 a minute instead of, it's like 1 more a minute. It's like 1.25 per minute. I don't really like that, to tell you the truth. I don't think this is important enough. I guess I'm gonna go with this here. Suppose. This does 6. 40 per minute. That only takes 3, and you get out heavy oil residue instead of fuel. But you get less I don't know. I don't think those were good. I don't have any more of those. All right. Okay, back to work. Yeah, I don't think that was that's the only bad thing about going for those hard drives is sometimes you get them and you're just like, this is useless. It's like I mean it's fun, I kind of like the gambling aspect of it, where you're gambling about like, oh, I'm gonna get something really cool, but sometimes it's just like, this is a waste of my time. Why would you want to waste my time? Okie dokie. And then, oh, this is gonna start looking bad. This is just gonna start looking bad. And it really kind of stinks because that one, like it does need to go down a little bit, but it doesn't need to go down that much. So it just needs to go down such a little amount to make this work. I don't understand. Why would they? I guess it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't need to go down that much. I should just put these things on the ground instead of trying to use these. I mean, I like them. They make things look better, in my humble opinion. But they also are they kind of suck because they don't line up with inputs very well. Okie. Uh-oh, no, no, no. Perfect. And then 3. Where is a power? Over there. Perfect. Let's do a merge. Very high ones. Boom. Merge the right top one there. You want to get that one to me for free there? And you are making automated wiring, and you are making automated wiring. There we go. Now if we can just get enough cable and enough rotors up here, we should be good to go. It looks like the rotors are doing well. I mean, does it hold 100? I mean, do you hold 100? Okay, and it might be too that once the hopper gets full, ooh, it requires 20 cables, but it requires 50 a minute. Maybe the manifolds have to build up. Maybe it's like a manifold pressure thing. Like those two have built up. Not this one. 155. So 55, 70%. We saw 60, 61. So that is going to take, it's going to take a second. Do that right there. This one's taking and it's full. Yep. Yeah, it probably, we're probably not producing enough to keep all these things 100%. 100% efficiency. Probably just not going to work. We move them down here faster, though. If they get here faster, maybe there's a shot. That's the only bad thing about pulling them off the very end of the line, is that this is what's left over after every single other machine is pulled off the cable. But we have so much cable going into the input, I was really kind of hopeful that we could pull it off. I mean, look at that, it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. Let's go over to that Connex and let's pull all those out of the Connex. And let's try to upgrade that belt. I mean, does it really matter? I don't think it really matters. It doesn't. It doesn't. Let's go ahead and let's move on to getting the first thing for phase 4, getting it going. So now that we're over here and we have supercomputers being made, and we have those things down there being made, they're right there in a box, and the supercomputers are right there in a box. So maybe we come out here. Yeah, perfect. We come out here. We had to go back toward the space elevator anyway, and I always wanted to put a big floor over the refinery, or not refineries, but the coal power plants, because I just think it looks cool to have it like put inside of a building. So there we go. And the cool thing too is that now that I get to use my legs and my backpack at the same time, the razor jacks, whatever they're called, the leg things, thing that makes us run faster, they actually cushion us from jumping high. Like if we jump super high, we don't take a lot of fall damage because we're wearing them, because they make you run faster and jump higher. So it's cool having those on. So if we ever fall, if our hover pack turns off like it did before, it's not gonna hurt our legs as much. All right. So yeah, we will run the supercomputers down this way. We will run the whatever they're called. I don't even know. They have such a weird name for these things, but whatever they're called, we'll run them over here, and yeah, we will have we'll have. I think we need to. I think I did the math, and I think I wanted to have 8, or 10. I forget what it was, because you don't get that many per minute. It's an assembler. You only need 2 things. Let's try to put it somewhere here. Let's see. You only need 2 things. Yeah, you get 0.75 per minute. So I think I wanted to have 10 of them because I wanted to have at least 7 per minute. Because we need 4,000 of them. So I think that was my idea there. Can I go ahead and bring in a power so I can fly? You remember when we were little, we had to just play the game without flying? How horrible was that? Flying is the best. Until you have to rip off your backpack because you are physically flying into the stratosphere. And now you're doing it again. Can you please stop? There's a fly mode, I guess, or something that I do every now and then where my backpack just flies it straight up. And it just doesn't stop. Like it just, oh, we're on batteries. How much are we on batteries? By a lot. Kinda 99%. Charging in. Yeah, we're not on batteries by a lot, but we are on batteries by a little bit. I need those. Reinforced plate. Was it reinforced plate or just plate? I think it was reinforced plate. Yeah, that looks cool. Having them underneath the floor. I like it. Maybe we'll start off with just like 3. We'll start off with 3, and then we'll expand it to more. 8, then 8. 1, 2, and I think that's gonna be far enough away where I'm not gonna have to worry about like the thing I had over there in the other one. Now concrete. Always something. Da 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 da. Feeling so right. I'll just grab a little bit here, just get up to 100, then I'll run back, start building again. I'll go grab a 500 stack in a minute. I probably could have just gone and got a 500 stack the amount of time it took to click all that. It's just right over there. Gonna do one more. Perfect. Then 7. 7. 7, 2, 7. Supercomputers. This is the first time I think supercomputers have been on the belt. They look good. Go over here and grab those others. You're right. Where did I put you? Right there. So, And 7. This could look cool. Right, and there those things are. And logistics, a splitter, supercomputer, whatever that is, supercomputer, and whatever that is, supercomputer, and whatever that is. Of course, I didn't back them up just far enough. I'm gonna have to use a number 5. That should be okay. Should be okay. All right. Never seen the world. Look, whoopsie. I hope if we build anything else down this way that we'll have room to merge this line. I'm sure we will. Okay. And then man. Do that. Perfect. Goes through everything, but it's perfect. Like I'm saying, like if we build, oh, there's room over there to build stuff too. Nice. Nice. Then we're gonna do a merger. Okay. Oh, come on. Just like 2 seconds away from, like a foot away from getting enough energy to fly. Okie. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the first part of phase 4 is automated. Now, it might take us a very, 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 very long time, but the first part of phase 4 will get complete. I mean, it might take 33 hours because of just how long it takes for these things to be made, but we're on the scoreboard now. And I can't help but notice in the distance, well, there's 2, there's 3, 4 coming in. We're definitely going to have a lot more cable. Which is just ludicrous, the amount of cable that you have to make this work. I forgot, it takes more than a minute for these things to work, so. But thankfully the input is very small. 2 and 1, like, that's not a lot required. Imagine if it was like 50 of those things over there. Ugh. All right, come on. Come on. I want to make sure these things... Oh, there goes 1. It's off. There goes 2. It's off. There goes 3, and it's off. There we go. The first 3. Keep your eyes on the top right-hand corner of the screen, and here in a moment, it's going to go from 4,000 to 3,997. What a glorious day. Yep, there it goes down the conveyor belt into the Connex. Ah, there we go. 1 out of 4,000, 2 out of 4,000, and 3 out of 4,000. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Oh. And the adaptive control unit. That Connex is already empty. We really, really, really should have had those being made the entire time. I can't believe how many times I walked past and looked over and saw them, and I was like, nah, it's fine. Hey? Ah, yes. 64%. Why are you only at 64, or why are you at 64%? Oh, it needs 15 of those. Right, it needs 15. It's at 50, though. That one doesn't have any right now. Poor thing. Okay. Pick up automatic wiring. Automated wiring. Why aren't you, because I have it on. I turned it off. I specifically turned it off. There we go. So that one's backed up. That one's got 50 out of 50 on it. Interesting. Can't believe I had that one turned off. It's working now. It's at 100% efficiency. Let's see what happens to this one. And it's working at 100% efficiency. Interesting. Huh. I still think there's a cable problem. Still think there's a cable problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, if that one right, well, I guess it's because that one's moving faster and that one's moving slower. I was going to say, like, the density of that versus the density of that, but that is moving faster. Maybe if this guy here quicker. But here's my thing. Like, even if this gets here quicker, I'm worried that they'll, you know what, is there backup at the site? There shouldn't be, because the site, the belt holds like 240. Like, that Mark IV belt holds 240, and we did the math, and both of those inputs out there were like 120. So that right there should not be any backup. I'll go investigate, and I'll see if there's any backup out there. If there's any backup, then I will upgrade. Well, I guess. Let me go. I'm happy that I remembered. Let me go grab some more encased steel beams. And we have tons of computers. So I'm happy that we have a lot of computers to make the supercomputer production robust. All we need to do is make this right here robust, and then I think we'll be good to go. Look at that. We're at 9 out of 4,000. You believe it? You believe it? And then, yeah, that right there can be cleaned up too, because I don't think we're going to need it more. Thank you so much. Yeah, can I just take all that? Sure can. Perfect. I don't know if that's going to be enough. 400? Probably not. Probably not. Where's the... Oh, you're being used all the way over there. To make heavy frames. I remember now. Hello. Steel beams, please. Thank you. Perfect. There are a lot of steel beams. So, like, look, see them? Ton of steel beams, so we'll be fine. All right, let's go out there to the new place and let's see if there's any backup. If there's backup on the cable line, then we'll make the cable line faster, and that should get us to where we need to be with our cables coming in to make automated wire, to make whatever those things are. Little backpack things. And really, only having 3 up and running, that should be fine because it's going to take us so much time to get the nuclear stuff up and going and to get up the blenders to get everything. Like really, we're the only reason why we did that is at one point when I get to 4,000, I'll just go switch those machines off. Like those. Well, right now there's what 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 machines that are that are directly responsible for the processing of those. I'll just go turn those 11 machines off. I won't delete them. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn them off. Okay, so is there backup? 96. 96. There really isn't quote backup over here. Like that's coming out of the machine. I mean, there'd be backup if there was 200. 94, yeah. So not really backup. Not really. Not technically. I'll go ahead and do it, but it's not going to solve the problem. Like that system, it was already kicking out the specific amount of cable that it could be made. You know what I mean? Like us doing this right here, all we're doing is making the cable get here faster. We're not making more cable. We're just making the cable that was there get here faster. So after the initial influx, we're going to be back to the same problem. I just don't know. Like, does getting the cable faster, does that... It doesn't make more cable, but I don't know. Maybe it helps the situation, though, if it gets there faster. But there's a part of my brain that's like, no matter how fast it gets there, you're not helping the situation because you're not making more cable. You know what I mean? Somebody smarter than me is going to have to help. Okay. $600 of that. See, we're already losing half of it. Yeah. So it can slow back down again is what I'm saying. So I don't really think that's solving anything. All I think it's doing is it's just getting here faster. That's it. Well, maybe. No. That's the backup. That's the 94 that was backed up in that system. That's not what it's going to look like after that 94 has been consumed. It looks good right now, and it would be wonderful if that was what was coming down the pipe. But that's not going to be consistent. Okay, you're full. You're full. Looks like you're filling up too. Boom, he goes, then he goes. Full. Let's see if we can get back up. You were almost full last time before. Got to 100. Don't think you're going to get close this time, though. 74. Okay, yeah, so that one got... Alright, cool. So yeah, that one's going to get full. And then it's going to back up. 1, 2, 3. And then that one gets to go. Okay, so maybe delivering it faster is going to be a viable option. Interesting. Huh. You know, because the game does run on, like, I need 8 per minute, you know, so if you can get 8 there per minute, then it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it does matter if you're not producing 8 a minute, then I don't know. What would happen if we upgraded this to the fastest belt possible? Just curious. If we upgraded this to the fastest belt there is. And of course, we'd have to do the fastest lift because you have to rip them off the line very quickly. Wonder what that would look like. So full. Let's keep going. See it right there hiding. Now would you get full? There's 200, and he's backing up very slowly. Yes, yeah, backs up very slowly. Yeah, there it is. There it is. It's just not gonna. Yeah, it just doesn't. That was like a backlog, and once the backlog got cleaned up, yeah, it's just not gonna do it. I wanted it to, but if you just don't produce that much cable, you just, no matter how fast it gets there, you're not gonna meet your quota. You gotta produce the cable. Okay, well, good to know. I mean, that's what I thought before, but you know, it's kind of nice for your brain to be quiet. Yeah, you just gotta produce more cable. That right there is just a visual of what's being produced moving at a different speed. Okay, so if I went and I turned it all back to the Mark IV case, then the visual would look different. It would look more, it would look like there was more there, but that's just a representation of the speed at which a very set amount of cables is being produced. All right, I think I'm done with this video. I've done what I set out to do. I've cleared, you know, I've cleaned up as much as I can. I'm content. I'm content with how things are running. Yes, it would be nice if these are running at 100% efficiency, and that one is for right now. That one is for right now. That one is right now, but I think there's a backlog that's going to have to be addressed. The computers are looking good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. What are we going to do next time? Turn in some let's go. We'll go turn in the milestone things right now. I just need 2 of those. I want to go ahead and do it before I lose the supercomputer advantage I have here. Let's just go grab a ton of that pipe out of that case over there, and we'll run it back and forth, and we'll turn in as much of the milestone stuff we can, and then I guess it makes sense to do the last, just to keep doing the milestones, right? So we'll set up a blender somewhere, and we'll bring in the things we need to make 50 of those frames, and probably that's going to be, probably that's going to mean setting up the new Baroque site that we found, or however you say it. that we found over there on that arch. We probably need to set that up because we're going to need the aluminum solution. So the next time that we meet, I'll probably set that up and we'll get the aluminum solution brought in. And we'll start working our way toward that goal. 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and 100. Okay, good. Yep, so that'll be our next thing. We're going to need heavy frames. We're going to need those and aluminum solution. Okay, perfect. The heavy frames, we're building those right up there, and we have quite a few of them, so I'm not worried about that. There's a part of me that kind of wants to go ahead and do another one of those, but we have so many of those cases. All we need to do is set up making the aluminum casings, and really we don't even have to do that because we're making the aluminum casings in the south. I don't think we're making enough aluminum casings in the south to export. I think we're using all the aluminum casings, but we'll set up the aluminum casing operation. We'll bring in the heavy frames, and then because the aluminum casing operation actually uses the aluminum solution, we'll just have, it's all right there. And then we'll start making whatever those things are called. We'll make 50 of them, push the big red button, and that'll be one less milestone. We'll be on the last milestone after we get that one uploaded. So yeah, thank you folks for watching. Have a great day. And this is experimental version 6. It's finally here. How cool is that? Thank you folks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you. Oh, and we'll go and we'll do some more research. We'll go to the old base down there. Maybe I'll do that off camera, and I'll pick up all the things we need from the old base to do some research up here and like unlock new things. And then we'll test out the ammunition. All right. Thanks, folks. Have a great day. See you in the next one.